Hey, what's going on, guys? Daniel from ModBot here, and for those of you that watched the live stream, you've already seen this, but I know that a lot of you missed the live stream, some due to my setup acting weird and others just due to the fact that I didn't really set a event for the live stream. I just kind of went ahead and got home, had a free moment, and decided to start streaming the build, which again, basically this is the G-Tech G2s Pro printer from G-Tech. It is a Delta style printer. And yeah, so it's going to be like a three-parter. Part one, this is what I've got done so far. So I figured I would take some time and just show you guys what I've done so far, my initial impressions on the build, and things of that nature. And then I will go ahead and do basically live stream part two, where hopefully I finish the build, if not get very close to it. And three, where I definitely do finish the build and get the extruder and hotbed set up and run a, hopefully, test print for you guys. So far, the build has been relatively easy. I've been using a combination of the PDF that was included, or that you can find online, as well as there is a series of videos from G-Tech. I have found that you need a combination of both to actually build this thing successfully. Basically, the PDF will have pictures of like, okay, do this part, and you know, you need certain screws, but it won't show you the actual screws, and it won't show you which direction they go and anything like that. So by reading that, I'm like, okay, I know what I need, and then I can go to the video and basically watch someone assemble it, and that gives me a much better understanding of what they want and how things are going. Other than that, everything's been going in place pretty well. There are some square nuts that are used quite often that are a little bit annoying, but that hasn't been too big of a deal. And it looks amazing. I will say right off the bat, like when I was building this thing, I was like, wow, once you peel off the cover on the acrylic, it really looks bitchin'. And this is my first acrylic-based or acrylic-faced 3D printer, so I've never used acrylic before. My other printers are basically, you know, combination of aluminum, plastic, and then Bob's CNC is a wood one. So yeah, overall it has been going well. I'm a huge fan of the fact that everything is numbered, and there's pictures for each step of what you're building, basically showing, hey, these are the part numbers you'll need for this next step. So I basically would then get the parts out, put them in front of me. That way I know I can push off all the other stuff to the side, because there's a ton of parts, and just work with what I need for that actual piece. So let's take a look at what I've done so far. As you can tell, this is the whole base right here. Hotbed is nice and secure on here with the different spring adapters to basically level it, or that allows you to adjust it per se. They're really, really stiff, actually. I know this thing does have some kind of auto bed leveling, so I'm not sure whether I'll have to actually calibrate or whether it'll do it on its own or how it's all going to work, but I guess time will tell when we get there. We've got the aluminum plate in place, which is also something that's really nice. I'm excited to print on. It feels really, you know, high quality. It really does. The components that I've been messing with so far are all just really nice and fit extremely well, so that's always a plus. Nothing's been, you know, having to be forced into placement like that. Then we've got the LCD controller all hooked up and bolted in. Well, not hooked up, but at least, you know, in place with the acrylic in front of it, which also looks kick-ass in my opinion. Again, and that's all hooked up. So let me go and flip it over, and that way we can kind of see what's going on underneath the hood, if you will. Yeah, so I've got the board, G-Tech's board, mounted on the middle right here. Drivers came pre-installed, so all I've really done is attach the little heat sinks with the adhesives, which don't look that great because they're kind of a pain. I probably should have done them smaller so they didn't really stick out, but it's not that big of a deal. The potentiometers are all accessible, so that way if I need to adjust any of the ohm or the resistance on them, I can do so without having to move around the heat sinks. I also mounted in one of the fans that they gave me. That was a little bit confusing because the picture and what exactly is here looks a little different. On theirs, there's like 2 holes here and another extra hole here, while on mine there's like 2 holes and 2 holes, and it doesn't really show you exactly where the fan's supposed to go, but from what I'm seeing, it's a board cooling fan, so I put it in the middle of all of the 4 holes to basically blow heat across it. Maybe I'll need to move it over for the fuses, I'm not really sure, but for right now it's in the middle. I figured that's the best place. Worst comes to worst, I'll always just add an additional fan later on that like blows or sucks air directly on the center of the board. We've got all of our stepper motors hooked up, which is nice. I basically built these stepper motor assemblies. You've got these, I don't know how you can see them, I'll actually focus in for you. So hopefully you guys can see these alright, but basically these little, I don't know if they're even nuts or what you'd really call them, but these are what are attached to the screws that go through the bed, which is nice because, again, you can adjust them really easily by reaching under the bed and grabbing them with your pointer and your thumb and just twisting them back and forth to loosen or tighten. And I also went ahead and basically installed the belt I don't know if they're idlers or what they're called, they're pulleys onto the stepper motor. So that's what we've done so far, and I think next we're basically going to be working on building up from there. So yeah, I think we're going to be basically working up from there and installing the smooth rods as well as the top of this. And yeah, I was a little bit I don't know what the word would even be, but it was a little bit different, I guess maybe because it's a Delta style machine, but on all the other machines you kind of mount the electronics last. That's the final step once you've got the whole frame set up. But on this one, for whatever reason, maybe again because it's Delta and it's easier to work with and you just got the base before you have this big thing and have to reach underneath, that actually makes a lot of sense. You actually install the electronics first, so that's a little different and a little bit interesting. But yeah, so I'm really excited to see this build. Hopefully you guys are too. Let me know if you like these live stream updates on my current progress, because that's again why I'm doing them, for those of you that basically missed the live stream. And again, this is a little bit better quality video and audio wise, so that way you can see and hear exactly what I've got going on. So anyways, don't forget to smack the like button. If you're not subscribed, subscribe for more great videos, and if you'd like to support the channel, I will place my Patreon in the description down below where you can do so. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you had a fantastic week, and I will see you in my next video. Peace, guys.